Hey guys, welcome to ShamanMan. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about do you know how good you have it? Stay tuned. Okay, so what do we mean by do you know how good you have it? So you going to jump in here? I'm sorry.
Sorry. So look, you know how you're feeling a certain way and you're kind of feeling down, and this goes back into that fear conversation that we had before where it blocks you instead of motivating you. So you're kind of in a place and you're thinking, gosh, why is this happening? What's going on with me? I feel really down about this. I'm not being as successful as I should be. Financially things aren't going as well.
And it's like a stacking a lot of times. Like you say, oh, there's this, and then there's that, and then there's this, and then you feel like you're just kind of sinking into this dark place, and you're just like, oh gosh, why is everything going so rough for me?
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is,
well, I was going to say, something then happens, doesn't it?
Well, it's a recognition. It's a recognition.
You're shown these messages, right?
If you pay attention.
Yes.
So the thing is that if you're feeling this low and you're feeling down and you're starting to pick apart your life and all the things that aren't going well, you keep focusing on the negative. Mm-hmm. And if you pay close attention, you'll see that messages start to come to you about just how good you have it.
Yeah, that's true.
And sometimes it's in the form of new things that are coming to you or things that are opening up, and other times it's bringing people into your life, people that are close to you or new people, to show you that as bad as you think you have it, there are other people who are in a much worse situation than you. And that's always the case. Mm-hmm. So it's not to focus on, well, it could be worse, It's to say, you know what? I'm pretty fortunate.
Well, and it's about gratitude, really, isn't it? I mean, It's about that, you don't wish any ill on anybody. Right. And you're not happy to hear that anybody's having a challenging time with anything. But that's how you grow and you learn. If you go back to think about the things that are affecting you right now that may be pushing you kind of in a lower sphere where you're feeling like things aren't working out as well as I'd like them to, remember that before things change for the better, before you move in a new direction, it's kind of the destruction of the old, right? You have to let go of kind of where you were in order
old
to go,
feelings,
to go
patterns.
Where you want to go or where you're needed to go now.
And it's also thought patterns. Like you kind of fall into these same thought patterns that have always been there and that don't necessarily serve you well. And the interesting thing is that if someone's brought into your life who's going through a challenging time and you're thinking, well, things are tough for me, and then you're hearing what's going on with them and you care about this person, it not only puts things in perspective for you, but sometimes being there for a friend or for someone else actually makes you
lifts you up,
feel better, because you're offering them support, and then you forget about your own woes and you say, you know what, I'm glad I could be there for that person, or I'm glad I could help them to see that there is something good. Because sometimes you can help others see the good, but not yourself.
I think that's so amazing. That's such a great point, because when you're so hyper focused on yourself, I almost say selfish, even though that's really not the right word, but you know what I mean? Like you're so self-absorbed,
because we're critical of ourselves.
Yeah,
we
woe
are.
is me, right? Mm-hmm. Like in that moment, for you to be able to to stop thinking of yourself for a minute and to actually think about the needs of somebody else or how you might be able to help someone else, really takes you out of that space. And it's really a gift. And, I want to come back to this gratitude thing, which is, these challenges that you're having, as we've talked about, we're heading into new cycles now. And so you have to let go and break down what was old, what's no longer useful to you, so that you move forward. I just want you to think a little bit about how much you really have, how good you really have it. That even you might be facing a few challenges, it's not the end of the world. You've always gotten through it.
Yes, and that's very true, because that's one thing that really has helped me in the past is when I get into this place, I think, I've been in this place before.
Or worse.
And I'm still here.
Yeah.
And everything was okay. Yeah. And it's a bump in the road, but I will be fine.
You still had a house, you still had your kids, you still had your husband, you still had your job, you still had whatever.
Whatever it is.
Whatever
you're still here, no matter what
here.
happened. Even if things fell apart and then came back together, you're still here.
That's right.
So just remember that. And
it never lasts forever, but you'll move through this a lot faster if you really take some time and you think about all the great things that are happening for you right now, all the great things that you already have and are experiencing, and you're letting. I had a friend once say to me, if you can envision a dry erase board, like one of those large ones on your wall, and imagine there's like one dark dot in the middle of it. And a friend once said to me, David, you have this big dry erase board, and you're just focusing on that dot. And meanwhile, there's 99.9% of the other space that's completely free, completely white, completely good.
So don't focus on the dot.
But don't focus on the dot, and I think that's completely appropriate here.
Yeah, applicable.
My first day with my new tongue, so bear with me.
Yes.
Along with our new website.
Yes.
So anyway, I hope this has been helpful to you. And if you have a chance and are so inclined, please check out our new website, which is at ShamanMan.com. And if there's anything that we can do for you, please let us know. And on that new website, we have tons of free information.
Yes.
So a lot of really great videos from the blog. We have a reading list there. So if you are looking or feel inspired to research or think about things in a little different way, we have some really great books that are listed there too.
Yeah. So go out and seize the day.
Yes.
Have a great one, and we'll see you
soon. And remember how good you really have it.
Amen.
Amen.
See ya.
See ya.